Any doubt about how far indie music had come, it was all made clear in the week of August the 14th, 1995.
Another battle. Two of Britain's most popular pop groups have begun the biggest chart war in 30 years. The Manchester band Oasis and their arch rivals Blur released new singles today, each hoping to reach the #1 spot next week. The music industry hasn't seen anything like it since the Beatles fought it out with the Rolling Stones in the 60s.
We bumped into Oasis in London at some launch party, and at that time, you know, the relationships between the bands weren't that bad, you know. I mean, so Blur went along, and I remember Liam coming up to Damon and kind of right in his face, fucking #1, you know, and Damon was like, whoa, you know, it was like, and the guy was being quite aggressive, and I think Damon thought, right, well, you know, let's see.
Damon, bless him. He don't like not being feted as the greatest living songwriter in England. He can't stand that. And of course, he wasn't at the time, and I was, and he wanted a bit of the action. And you know, to be quite honest, he's a very clever dude, because we're still sat here, how many years now, still talking about the Blur and Oasis thing. And you know what annoys me the most about it all? It's Blur and Oasis. Why do their name get put first? It's fucking Oasis and Blur. For fuck's sake. But, you know, hats off to him for that.
The battle lines were drawn over the songs Country House and Roll With It. Indie music, which had once set its face against commercialism, was now using sales figures to decide who was top dog.
The point is, the Blur-Oasis war signified where this music had gone. If you'd imagine that happening 7 years before, it never would. I mean, no one would have gone in and said, let's do the Smiths versus the wedding present for the king of the indie crown. I mean, it just wouldn't have happened. It would have been seen as being crass and kind of hucksterish and all a bit of a swindle. You know?
Well, I suppose it was just a way of upping the ante. You know, Parklife had swept the board at the Brits, and it's like you need this sort of ongoing momentum. That's important. You know, success is a function of success, and it needs to be seen to be getting bigger and bigger. You know, that's sort of important.
Hello, we're Blur. We're #1, and we're going to be camping it up later on top of the Pops.
It was all good fun, wasn't it?
I'm a professional cynic, but my heart's not in it. I'm paying the price of living life at the limit. Caught in the centuries, as I have to see. Just a praise on him. It's unfair. And now he lives in a house, a very big house in the country.
It was Blur who won the race to #1, but the Oasis camp weren't at all shaken. The band's second album had been completed, and those that heard it knew that the game wasn't over.
I was quite proud of it, though, really, one way, I suppose, as well, you know. Even though we came second, because I knew we were just going to do them on the album, just batter them to bits on the album. So it was like, far out, we're going to sell more.
The songs on What's the Story Morning Glory saw the group move away from the raw sound of their debut.
Well, what happened with the second Oasis album was that Noel began to take seriously being the voice of a generation, or the lyricist of a generation. He started to write anthems, self-consciously write anthems. He wanted the music to be bigger.
Of all the anthems on the album, one song would come to define the new Oasis.
My earliest memory of Wonderwall was, it was sort of these drums, acoustic guitar, a guide bass that Noel had put down. And to hear it stripped down like that, it really sounds like it's a real reggae song. It's got a real sort of reggae feel to it. I remember Liam coming in like, what? I'm not singing on that, you know, it's like reggae song. And I was like, well, it's not a reggae song. We finished it, it's drums, bass and guitar. Chill out. So this big argument, Liam storming out. That's my earliest memory really of the song, was Liam ranting saying he's not playing reggae songs, you know.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
And I don't know why that song kind of took on a life of its own. You'd have to ask somebody that likes it.
I thought it's a really good song. Wish I'd written it. Great song, great vocal on it. It's a good voice, Liam. I think that's their finest moment.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my
It wasn't called Wonderwall for a fucking long time. It was called something appalling like Wishing Stone or something fucking stupid. And there it was, the George Harrison film. Brilliant. What's a Wonderwall? Who cares? Sounds great.
anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Wonderwall brought Oasis an entirely new fan base, most of whom had never bought an indie record before in their life.
The Squares got involved. And once Squares get involved with your music, you fucking become massive. Seriously. But Wonderwall, it's not, you know, it's not exactly an edgy tune, is it? I can't believe how many records it sold. It was incredible. I became a millionaire 4 times in 1 week. 1 week.
And Damon Albarn tells stories that he would go out to the pub or into a shop or whatever, and as soon as people saw him, they'd either start singing Oasis songs or they'd put one on the stereo. It just became inescapable.
And then 6 months later, the other Damon and all that lot are saying, well, it's just really fucking hard, man, you know what I mean? So I've got people shouting at me in the streets and everywhere I go into a pub, someone puts an Oasis. Well, that's what it fucking is, man. You know, that's how fucking hot it is in the kitchen. Those Nancy boys all got a bit fucking freaked out by fame, didn't they? You know, went Priory and rehab and fucking all got psychiatrists and all that. I could went straight back to the bar, you know. We were just fucking having it.